And well, it's time to get over to our commentators, E-Mode and Topical.
Thanks, Stunna. Question for you, pop quiz. Since Stunna was talking about liquids and solids, you know what it's called when a solid goes straight to a liquid?
Evaporate.
Sublimation.
Oh.
Sublime, bro.
All right.
That's what this game's going to be.
I wasn't good at science. I was good at math. I wasn't good at science. But starting off this round, nothing. Well, he's got that P2000 down to his sciences. He's going to take down Elish to give his team the first kill of the round here. Naf boosted up in that long door, able to take down Def to even this one up.
Yep. And Liquid now still don't have anything to speak of for that casualty of war being Elish. They still only have Catwalk in minor long A presence that still hasn't even developed yet. Naf is just now starting around the corner and look at nothing. He just surprises them from the behind. He's got help out here now as well with Stanislaus. So compLexity are just currently outmaneuvering Liquid, but in having that fast flank capability, they've completely abandoned the front line. Now it's going to be a retake A strategy, and two of your T players are able to get down long. One of them, Naf, having a USP for the range.
Yeah, it does look like nothing is getting ready to chuck a flashbang for this retake momentarily here. Or he's actually going to go... Yep, okay. He pulled out the smoke first, but he's going to switch to the flash. Out comes the flash in a moment. It's going to be Nitro to make the contact in sight, but Naf picks up the first kill from Game Helper here, and the retake is on its way.
Ooh. Smoke that's going to block off Nitro. He's at sight, so it's going to get a little bit confusing in a second with him just sitting on the bomb. He's slashing, he's missing, but he does eventually cut one right across Nothing's face. Liquid take that first pistol, even though they had lost the first player. They got flanked. Nothing came up and surprised them from behind, but they did respond.
Yeah, Nothing's able to pick up this first kill here as we see in the replay, but he's going to tuck away, and then Shazam actually pops his head up, and that's where the kills start going the way of Team Liquid and actually allow them to progress further in the round. I thought that Nothing was going to get that frag and fall off the catwalk, which he was planning on doing, but his teammate came to reinforce it, and his teammate ends up getting taken down.
Couple grenades, just a couple, going into long A, and his attempted stack right there to take out some early players, possibly from Liquid, or even an early kill if they could have it. Def now taking a boatload of damage. He'll fall off this long position, 19 HP, and even with a CZ, he's not going to be of much use. They're going to need to rely on this mid progression, if you will. Elish is pushed back as well. He takes a lot of damage. Now, both teams are skirmishing, and everybody's taking damage, but nobody's died quite yet. I need to see these scouts from Sick and Shazam to start taking 70 damage off of the Liquid players. That's what needs to happen so that the CZs, so the P250s can be useful.
Yeah, that's a nice flash from Def here. Shazam does take down Naf off the flash of Def here. We're going to see him aggress towards that catwalk. Not able to pick up Twist. A little bit low on HP. There's going to be Stewie2K as well as Twist, giving their team the man advantage, turning this into a 4v3 here.
Yep, but those scouts have rung out. I see 3 players that are right around that region of being poked around by that scout shot, and Stanislaus has a CZ full auto with a couple players out in front of him. He's holding this shallow angle where he'll just pop out, and he does so. Nitro's now going to join the crew of everybody that's wounded. Twist just hangs on by a thread. So now you lost any kind of fast fire rate because you've got 2 scouts out there. Little do they know they've just got Liquid right on the ropes.
They're so low. Exactly. Unfortunately, their positioning is very poor right now. There was no way that they would actually be able to get to that A site in time before Liquid got that bomb down. So they're just going to opt for the save, and wisely doing so. They're going to keep those scouts. Sick has armor as well. They're going to carry that into the next round where compLexity on a full save will actually be benefited by those double scouts.
Yeah, well, it's going to be something, but the fact that Liquid are now going to be able to refresh themselves after being so low, and even at this point, they won't hunt. I doubt it. Just let Sick and Shazam have a couple weapons. They probably know one of them is a scout. They might not know the second one is a scout in there.
It's just too risky. You're going to go and hunt with 2 Galils, an AK, and SG. I mean, if any of those weapons go down, you're instantly upgrading the firepower of the compLexity side next round.
Yep, exactly that. Okay, Liquid are now 2 up. Quick 2-0, and that's how they started cash as well. We have to remember Liquid won the first 3, and then compLexity came in with 4 rounds after the rifles came into play. So that's what compLexity are expecting for. That's what they're anticipating, and Liquid as well. They have to anticipate that included. So now that they're on the T side and they get to control the pace of this game again, how do they approach this round? This one should be a lot easier, but when rifles come in the top of the 4th round, then things are going to get a little problematic for Liquid, I think, because compLexity have shown that they can take maps off of you.
Yeah, Shazam going for that quick shot in towards the middle, not able to connect here. Liquid have taken out long here. They're going to get it uncontested, charging up as well by the looks of it right now. They're going to be running into the complexity stack like you just mentioned.
This is where complexity can actually take some weapons. Liquid might not be committed to this site right now. The bomb's coming in tow. It might have time to be able to get off. But if they lose rifles up front, then it could be a problem. But they've got those first two. They're going to recognize now that something is amiss. There's far too many scouts here. Nice jump scout from Shazam. Give him credit for that one. Stanislaw and Sick left. Stanislaw tries he might. Struggles against Nitro. He finally got the memo. There's nobody shooting at me from the front. Turns around and there he is.
Naf finishing up that round with a great shot onto Sick, and we will be moving into guns here as Complexity saving in the previous round plenty of economy in their wallets. Team Liquid now, over the last few rounds, they've built up a good amount of dollar value as well. They've got themselves a couple of gun rounds here, and this is Stanislaw just missing. Nitro's like, where are these sounds coming from? And then finally realizing Stanislaw is behind him, able to pick up the frag.
Yeah, he had cleared Ninja, but he didn't clear like the opposing side of Ninja where the smoke was, and they was lurking it. So this is it. This is where Complexity proved their worth when they had rifles on cash. However, Stanislaw, being as blind and as long as he was behind the blue dumpster, he is out. Now you've got two defenders still to this A site. Def is point man. He's at the site himself, and then Shazam is watching short. He's got the op out there too. So Shazam, I mean, this op is going to be okay in his position if he's to turn and defend, but of course the cross is going to get smoked off. Is that an attended Xbox smoke that didn't quite make it?
Yeah, that was a missed Xbox smoke right there.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I think that's supposed to bounce off the top of the box, hit the wall, and then bounce back to the box. A couple pixels off. Could be nervous, but you know, Complexity don't have anybody in mid. Instead, they have two players that are regressed through tunnels, and shortly enough, Shazam as well as Def are going to realize that they're in a pretty bad spot. Def trying to track Naf, flying all the way around the corner, gets the assist, and then Nitro finishes his job. Now Shazam's on site. Slow fire rate. He needs to be able to pick up some kills as they come up the ramp, but he ends up instead turning to his right, expecting them to come down the elevator possibly, leaving both Sick and his comrade in arms nothing, or his new comrade in arms, in a 2v3 disadvantage.
Yeah, Shazam in that situation had Nitro, who used the smoke to his advantage and actually crept all the way up. And as the retake takes place, Nothing does take down Twist, giving him a lot of room here. But Elige, as well as Nitro, pushing up that catwalk, take that control right back in their corner.
Nothing was lucky to get out of there, too. And they're actually going to pursue him quickly. I think is Elige coming around to the top mid. He doesn't get there in time. Nothing now might actually get fought at top of T, and he does get caught. Man, that was a foot race from Elige. They had recognized, I think Nitro took a shot and missed the shot with the op, because Nothing was at the top of pit looking around, picking up utility, looking for a different rifle or something, and in doing that bob and weave ended up getting spotted, and Elige foot races him back to T-spawn.
Yeah, that was a nice little round out of Liquid there. They take the quick long fight. They actually continue on the way after slowing down the round briefly. Def re-aggresses long, tries to even it up. Unfortunately, not able to do so, and Stewie's actually going to pick Def here to start this round off towards the double doors in middle.
Straight through the middle. Now you're back down to two scouts and a couple pistols. And I love when teams do this. It's a tough site to get into, and in doing so, if you take your time and you know that your opponents are on an eco round, go hit the B site. Keep them honest.
Very fast round out of the Liquid side.
It was a very fast round.
Yeah, off of that pick from Stewie, you actually see two of the Liquid members prodding into that B bomb site in Elige and Nitro. They spot the player moving into site who's Nothing there, and here's that pick from Stewie to start the round. But they actually spot the player moving into the site, instantly throw a Molotov towards the back of site that forces Nothing forward with that scout, I do believe. And at that point, they just clean up that kill very easily. It ends up being a 2K on the B site for Nitro. And that's going to be Liquid going up 5-0.
You saw what happens last round if you don't use a smoke or a grenade to get across to the B site. You end up costing a body. They use a smoke this time, safely cross, and the T's who had thrown an Xbox smoke, that gets spammed, and then Twist is on the receiving end of that one. He's tagged for 50 damage, and Stewie takes his weaponry and actually goes up to catwalk trying to get an early peek, drop that smoke there, and make the A-site defenders a bit nervous. Shazam, I would like to see him, right now he's at the top of ramp and an elevator. I'd like to see him get into this car position, but in being in car, he's so reliant for Def to be able to hang on to this long A, and historically, so far what we've seen, Nobody's been able to hold. We've seen Stanislaw at long A. He gets overwhelmed. Def's been at long A before. He's been overwhelmed. And it's just not consistent enough. But maybe this is his proof. Takes the first fight, loses the next one after pulling a grenade out, and Shazam dies immediately. And it wouldn't have mattered if he was at car or not, because you need that long A secured to win that fight.
Yeah, Stu being taken down now, getting caught by Stanislaus. He's running along catwalk there. The bomb is tossed across, so I do imagine the cat player in Twist will be recovering that and going for the plant. A Molotov briefly cutting him out, but Twist will be able to pick up this bomb, will be able to get into the site. And as Stanislaus takes down Elige now towards the Game Helper area, we're actually going to see a possibility of a retake from compLexity.
The CTs are walking into a crossfire, whether they know it or not right now. Between the site and the car, it's now down to a 1v2. Naf doing his best. This grenade might hit home. It does, but it's not enough damage. He finishes him with the op shot. Now 1v1. He's got enough time to even go for a little bit of a fake plant right now if he chooses. Nothing on the edge of it. Does Naf fake it? He does. Molotov comes in, and Naf is actually going to plant this on the bravest side you could have ever done it. And he lines up the shot.
Goodness.
8 HP, that's it. Naf with 4 kills on the round. He takes his sweet time scoping in on Nothing.
That was a really great play from Nothing, though, however, I'd like to point that out. He Molotovs the site, realizes that there's not going to be a plant going down in the site, so off of that, he actually falls back a little bit. Then he hears the trigger, realizes that Naf is planted on the far side of bomb for catwalk, so Nothing actually tries to capitalize on that, goes out for the wide swing, but Naf, with a great shot there, is able to pick up yet another round for Liquid. Here we go.
That was palm sweaty. I mean, you're twitching, you're nervous when you're planting on that side of catwalk because of the Molotov behind you, and you know he could peek you at any time and kill you. But Nothing at the same time, you have to think, I just mollied the site, I hear the bomb being planted. His best bet is to bait me out into a peek and shoot me. Instead, he ends up planting it, the round's extended, Nothing comes out for the peek, and it's just enough time for Naf to be able to scope up, put a round in the chamber, and put a round downrange.
Naf had to jump, pull out the AWP, and during that time, Nothing was actually shooting at him.
Starting to swing it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Nothing actually had the opportunity to pick up Naf in that moment. Unable to do so, Naf lands, hits that AWP shot, and gets away with 8 HP to get Liquid their 6th round. Tremendous effort from Naf.
Elige jump AKing into mid there. Def is able to do some damage against Elige, and that was just very fortunate. Elige just unfortunately hitting the jump button, mouse wheel, or whatever have you. Now he's finished off, so it ends up costing his life in the end.
A little bit of a man advantage going the way of compLexity. Will they be able to hold this for an extended amount of time, or is Liquid going to be able to even this one up here and look towards this mid-round now? As we're nearing the minute mark on the clock, Liquid not moving too fast in this round. They still haven't taken cat control. They've cleared out B tunnels and gained that middle ground, but nothing more than that.
Been a couple rounds where we've seen Liquid start off with a man disadvantage, obviously still able to come up over top and overcome those trials and tribulations. Def and Stan are both at mid. There's a CZ and a Deagle in play for those players. And B tunnels again being pushed. We've seen this before from compLexity, and it's never worked out so far. But now you have 4 players in a high concentration for the CT side to be hot on the heels of Liquid. However, Sick popped off a couple shots, and that might actually sell out the fake. So everybody's going to be looking this direction.
Shazam with a great Deagle shot there. Stewie2K defending the cat with his AWP. He is going to be taken down by Sick now, as Naf falls to Stanislaus onto Twist in this 1v2 with 20 seconds left. Can he do this here, Dallas?
Yep, Shazam gets that kill. It's just the compLexity having such a high density of players in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, it was pretty much that B tunnels aggression that let them know, hey, this is what's going to happen. They're going to execute out A. This was a great attempt from Stewie to hold down that cat before Sick finally takes him down. But overall there, compLexity making the decision to push through B tunnels is what allowed that round to develop in their favor. Able to get right behind Liquid on that execute, force them into sight. Shazam hits a great 1-dig actually to start the round, and while Stewie's concentrating on that, players are dropping towards the A site for Liquid.
The strategy from Liquid, straight down middle and into mid through the doors, and there's no stopping him. Nothing is down, but Elige pops off with a shot of his own. Now even coming out the door, he's taking the fight right to Liquid, saying, sure, you may have taken mid, but you will not take this B site for free. It costs a handful of bodies and at least keeps compLexity in the running for the retake. The difficult site to take, though, and this is the tipping point. Having 3 players defending the B site is a completely different animal than having 2 players defend that site. You have just enough eyes to watch every entrance.
Exactly, and it does look like off of that B take, it will be Shazam moving up middle for the save, just prodding into that lower B, looking for info. He is going to fall back now, and Def and T-Spawn here saving that AK as well. Just looking for some exits, doing a little bit of economic damage. It'll be interesting to see if he's actually able to pick them up.
Yeah, it is unfortunate for compLexity that they're unable to chain 2 rounds in a row together, but it was fortunate that they did it on an eco. And they take all the weapons out of the hands of Liquid. Okay, they've done really good damage against Liquid's Money, who had won 6 in a row and lost the previous one, and then obviously winning that one, but nobody survived. So they have to treat it like it was a loss. Everybody has to rebuy into this.
Not only that, they recovered the AWP that Stewie had as well, and that's going to allow them to run into this round with a double op setup here and have a very strong buy that otherwise they would have been struggling to get on the field. This is a great little round coming in from compLexity here. Liquid on the other side, they've lost a lot of members in that previous round, Dallas, and that's going to cause their economy to kind of falter after having to buy up into this round.
They go fast again, straight down middle, this time turning a right at Albuquerque and into Catwalk. Elige right behind Nitro. Shazam's at this position right at the bottom of ramp as well. We've seen this one before, and compLexity's utility that they're able to afford in numbers is being used to stop any push right now. That smoke comes down, that'll at least get them a little bit down the elbow before they're able to take a fight or even drop it into CT. Stanislaw would be down there, hopefully ready to receive them. He's watching, ready for it. There's the jump. They come down and in. Stanislaw does have that first kill. That's critical as well, as now the CT hold looks stronger and stronger. Shazam is taken down for a 1-for-1 trade. Luckily, though, the bomb did not fall into the elevator. Stayed up top on the elbow, gets planted. We got a 3v3 retake for phase 2.
Does look like Liquid will be moving back towards Catwalk as Sick is coming up CT spawn. Unable to connect onto Elige here. Elige able to pick up his 3rd of the round right now as Nothing chimes in. He is able to take him down, however, and we're into a 2-on-2. Naf taking down Def now, leaves only Nothing to make this round happen for the compLexity side.
I was hoping that Nothing could be my hero, but he was not. And compLexity, that short-lived singular round, even with the round after that they were able to kill everybody from Liquid, it's just not enough. And we're getting into the latter parts of this half, though, where it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or you win by a mile. At the end of the half, only the scoreline matters. And right now, Liquid is dominating that narrative.
Yeah, and looking at the previous round, Elige getting legged very early. To me, I thought he was going to be out of the round. I thought he was going to go into alert position, play a little bit more passive. He ends up picking up 3 crucial kills on that A execute to actually make that round happen for his side. So that was a great effort from Liquid and Elige there. They're going to be on to 8 here as Naf takes down Shazam towards middle to give his team the man advantage.
Yep, that was op-on-op action. Shazam lined up the shot, but he just apparently didn't have the heart to be able to do it against Naf, and Naf put him down. So you've got 2 players that are at long A. This A site has just been run through the absolute grinder. It's been difficult for compLexity to hold on to. It's going to continue to be difficult for them as well since they're a man down. The op was picked up by Stanislaw, and he's now pushing back towards that game helper position as you're talking about, but the utility is just so good from Liquid. Flash after flash after flash, all timed in sequence to keep compLexity's heads down. First shot from Stanislaw misses, but the next connects. It's just not going to be enough, though. Def and Nothing looking to get something done on the uptick. They find 1, but a 1v3 from Nothing in probably the most disadvantageous way to get into the A site through CT. You are completely surrounded by every angle on an elevated position, and he's not able to find twists in time. So, Liquid, continue the pressure. compLexity, we're going to have to bow out of this round as well because it's just pistols. They're sitting at about $3,400 for everybody.
Yeah, Liquid picking up the pace now as we near the end of this first half, and they're really becoming a dominant force on Dust2 here against compLexity, who now, after losing that round, will have no money whatsoever. I do imagine they'll go for a little bit of a pistol buy here, maybe go ahead and just put, some US or P250, some armor, maybe a Deagle armor in their pockets, but this should be another Liquid round going in their favor. So 10-1 is the scoreline that we're most likely going to be looking at here, and I do imagine for Liquid, this is exactly where they want to be. They're comfortable on Dust2, they look dominant on Dust2, and they're just completely taking this momentum right out of compLexity from the previous map.
So the last time compLexity had an eco round, they did manage to win that, but it was on a cheeky strategy. And how many eco round cheeky strategies do you have in your playbook?
Exactly.
And compLexity have been pushing through the B tunnels for quite some time. It's just that one time they managed to win that round. It did bear fruit. So they send 2 over towards long A, 3 of them towards the B side initially. Stanislaw is going to be holding down middle. Good grenade damage to start things off out towards long A. That's going to be Stewie that takes a 60 damage high explosive.
All right, Liquid now slowing down the pace. They've taken long control here. They'll most likely get a player into Big Pit. We do see a couple players falling back towards
again.
T-spawn. Yeah, as Nitro now looking to check the information, able to pick up one. Sick does take him down here, and he's going to be able to recover this AK, but is he going to be able to get out and to his teammates towards that A-bomb site?
He's the only player with armor as well, so that's fortunate. That's something going for compLexity. But they do have to rebound. Like you said, they have to get back into the A neighborhood. And they are in there in time, it looks like. Stanislaw maybe thinking about boosting one of his teammates up over top. Fresh smokes for Liquid. They're going to actually get the AK boosted up and over, looking into the site, while Def sits idly by, waiting for the bomb sound.
This is going to be great.
compLexity are posed so well right now.
Oh my gosh, what a Molotov coming out from Liquid. That's going to push the boost off now and isolates Def in the site, allowing them to get the bomb down. The boost does happen anyway. We're going to see Sick grab one, but Nap with a great spray down. compLexity really no opportunity aside from Sick going off to make that round work.
Naf just went off there, because if you were watching that, and obviously everybody was, that got nervous, because we could see everything happening. Neither team, especially Liquid, knew how close compLexity was. Liquid against those eco rounds, or what they perceive as eco rounds, are so slow and so methodical that it's allowing compLexity to get up and really tight. And sometimes too, as well, when you use those same crosses that you use in the rifle rounds against pistols, up top there at the top of elevator, that's when the pistols can get in real close to you.
All right, it does look like compLexity favoring that NOA boost right now towards middle. They will be Molotoved off, but the smoke now puts it out here, and they're going to go right back into it as Elige dumping some bullets into Sick now, down to 32 HP. Is he going to go for it again? Oh, and he gets it. He's going to get the kill onto Sick. That was a really bold play from compLexity. Yep. You saw Elige going for the spam there, and honestly, at that point, after Elige gets dropped to that much HP, you think that compLexity would fall off, but they were confident that they would find a frag. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out that way. At the same time, Stewie takes down an aggressing Shazam, and now nothing is well towards the middle. This is another Liquid round in the process.
Yeah, one after another, after another, after another. I don't see any way of Liquid losing this one. Stannis and Def have to think about probably even saving, but they still don't know which direction the wind's going to blow.
Yeah, Def can't really save right now as the Liquid players heading in towards that A-bomb site, and isolated Def has to make this work on his own. No Molotovs in sight right now, but Def not peeking out is going to be, unfortunately, timing by Twist, who had made his way out very deep on Cat.
Right, so see this Molotov that Stanislaw is looking at? That's where I anticipate, if you're playing anti-eco rather than rifles, that's where you want that smoke to be if you're playing against pistols, because you want to be able to see as far down there as you can. If you use those same smokes up at the top of elevator, then the pistols can get up there, then they can stack boost over the top, they can see the site, everything else. Don't want to give them any advantage that you can afford. So Liquid still win the rounds anyways, and we keep talking about these small mechanical aspects of it, but it's Liquid overwhelming compLexity, a completely different animal than map 1.
Yeah, Liquid looking like they are much more comfortable on Dust2 than Cash. Even though Cash, they did play well, there was a little bit of hope, not really being able to be as such a dominant force that Liquid generally is on that map. But looking at Dust2 right now, compLexity really struggling to get anything going here. Def getting tagged just a bit towards middle, getting tagged again, and Elige taking him down now is going to give the man advantage yet again to the side of Team Liquid.
Oh, but we've got a change of pace. Liquid are going to try and fix what's not broken. They go towards this B site, and Sick will take 2, and upgrading to an AK, and having the bomb. Can Stanislaw arrive in time? He is absolutely as far away from Sick as he possibly could be. He's over at long A. So right now, Sick has to be an absolute hero.
Yeah, right now Stanislaw is living in Los Angeles while Sick is back in New York. A great amount of distance between these two players trying to get back together here, as it does look like Liquid moving through these B tunnels, getting ready to just get this bomb and execute into the site.
Yeah, Sick is not looking at tons. He's expecting possibly somebody to come through the window or through the door, but still, oh, the molly spreads at the last second. It forces him up. That's unfortunate. And Stanislaw, coming from, what, L.A., he is now somewhere around the Midwest.
Landed himself in Kentucky.
Climbing the Rockies right now. He's almost there.
All right, it doesn't actually look like he's going to go for it here, just creating a little bit of a presence there to keep Liquid on their toes. But he is going to fall off at this moment, move back towards T-spawn, and he will be bringing that M4 into the next round. So Liquid, 12-1 After falling on the first map here, Dallas 16-12, they're coming back very dominant right now. You got to imagine for them, this is exactly what they want. Their confidence is back high. They know that they're going to be able to take it to them.
Yeah, I don't know any way that compLexity can get into this. They're sitting right now at max loss bonus, and they've been there for quite some time. For the majority of this half, they've been at max loss bonus. They just can't manage to make any effort at holding any of these sites. I'd say the A site has been struck about 80% of the time, if not a little bit more. But still, compLexity have been changing their defaults. Just nothing has worked yet. Liquid have the skeleton key to every lock that compLexity are putting up.
It's just a testament to their Dust2 and how well formed this map is for them. This was a good attempt by Sick. He's going to be able to grab the bomb. Remember, though, that Molotov catching him at the last second. I thought he was in a great position there to actually get a 3K while they were trying to recover the bomb, but that Molotov just starts ticking him on the platform the last few ticks of it, and that's going to push him out into the Liquid players and give them a free B bomb site at that point.
Second to last round of the half so far. Oh, Elige almost overshooting Def, who ends up taking that kill, but it's a 4-2 advantage to Liquid. Naf and Nitro at 20 HP, and Shazam is out and about. With the scout, he'll finish off one of those wounded players. It leaves Sick all alone again. Wrong neighborhood.
All onto Sick right now, and unfortunately for him, he's not finding any action here. The Liquid player is moving back towards that A bomb site. Sick now getting on his bike, moving towards the middle. He's got to hustle. He's got to make the play. He's got to be quick about this because Liquid right now, the second they get up into that A bomb site, get that bomb down, this round is over for Sick.
Yeah, you can see how passive Liquid are. I've made this same call before, is even when they know that their opponents are in ecos, Liquid are still playing slow, and sometimes that allows compLexity to outmaneuver their opponents, and it's only worked once so far, and it was a creative play for compLexity to get that single win, but I don't know how maneuverable you can be with a single position from Sick. He's down in CT right now. Again, the more difficult way to get into the site, but not when Twist puts himself up high. Stewie, he jumps up higher as well and takes the kill in response. So we're almost having a perfect half for Liquid. Just one more to go, and then it's just a slight blemish.
Yeah, and actually looking at that round there, Stewie jumping on the box did make it a little bit risky because if Sick was able to pick up Stewie in that situation, the last player on Catwalk actually had very low HP, and that became an opportunity then if Sick did get the kill on Stewie to win that round. So a bold move from Stewie, but that's just a testament to the confidence that Liquid have right now. They know that any frag they want is theirs. They know that they can play their play style and not have to worry about compLexity really putting a wrench in it.
Yeah, and I mean, to speak to what you're talking about, if we look at the history of yesterday, when Liquid played against Lazarus, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't matter who their opponents were. They still played respect Counter-Strike. They never got ahead of themselves. They never got overconfident. They never had any of these flashy plays. So they play correctly every time. They play their own game. But now they're playing into a deficit, a 2-3 deficit, as Stewie and Twist, both at about 50 or 60 HP, at least they have the site. They can plant the bomb, and if they can do so safely, especially with the Molotov that Stewie is able to throw, can they get out of the site? I'd like to see one be able to get, especially with the AWP, back towards Pit. What a shot. Stewie on a very, very dangerous spot. Looks down and gets the player in CT. It's down to a 1v1. Twist and Nothing knows exactly where he's at. They flirt with death right now. Twist up and down, but Nothing dials it in with the scope, and compLexity at least get the last round of the half. 2-13. It's dominant, but at least you got that last statement. You got the last word. Yeah,
that was a great job by Stewie. They're actually forcing the issue towards that CT spawn player, picking up that frag. He gets taken down by the Cat player, but Twist at that same time was backing up Stewie, able to pick up one frag towards that catwalk, and then turns it into that 1v1 with Nothing. It was a great little attempt coming out from the Liquid side, being in the 2v3, but compLexity able to get their second on the board.
Yeah, that's wild. I was really surprised that Stewie jumped up on top of those boxes, and we'll take a look at the highlights through this first half. It almost doesn't seem like a first half because the game almost seems so close to ending, but we're going to cut to a quick little break, and when we come back, it'll be the second half between compLexity and Liquid. You're watching the Pro League. Okay, ladies and gents, we are back from that first half. It's Liquid versus compLexity on the map 2. We saw compLexity take map 1. Pretty awesome fight on Cash, but it is all Liquid on Dust2.
Yeah, completely dominant display of Counter-Strike from Liquid here. compLexity not really having an answer for anything Liquid was throwing out for them. And I mean, just a phenomenal performance coming out from the Liquid members so far on that first half. Nav coming out with 19 and a 6 scoreline there. And then Twist sitting at 15 and 7, completely dominant. And to start this round, we're actually going to see Liquid push Twist up towards middle, able to find Shazam now and give his team the man advantage. There are players towards lower B, but they're going to be held up by a Liege. That's going to allow Twist now to fall back from the middle area and move back towards Catwalking before he finds one more.
Oh my
and a
goodness. Third. He's looking for the fourth out there as well. Stanislaus luckily to just slowly crab walk his way back to cover next to the tree. And Twist is looking for a couple more. That would give him the ace on the pistol round. Nothing's holding the shallow angle, but a single shot is all that is needed. And it was a silent death for nothing. Now Stanislaus trying to come back. Maybe he takes this fight head-to-head against Twist. Maybe he loses it. Maybe we get another ace today.
Anything is possible here, but Stanislaus right now, it does look like the Liquid members are kind of aware of where he could be here. And there you go, Twist with the ace on the round, a phenomenal little pistol round out of him, getting involved, Dallas, and that's exactly what you want out of Liquid. Completely dominant performance.
He just kept rolling sevens, dude. I mean, he ended up there on Catwalk. He ended up that first kill with two players down in the underpass right here. Popped them both off, and then takes a delayed fight to top mid. I believe that one was against Nothing, and just continued to roll the dice. And every time, he was just hitting it, making money.
All right, looking at the round right now, compLexity force buying up. They have 4 scouts on the field here, Dallas. Not too much utility whatsoever. A very interesting buy coming out from compLexity. I wonder how this is going to work out for them, though.
You better hope that everybody hits good shots. I mean, all you have to do is aim for the chest and hope that somebody else also tags that chest, too. So you've got essentially a pretty rapid rate of fire with 4 scouts out there. It's It's like having 1 auto sniper, I would say. Maybe even a little bit better, I would say. Maybe 1.5 auto snipers having 4 scouts out there. Now they start to pop off. Elige at distance takes one to the chest, sends a couple rounds back down range, and Nothing's down. Snap scout of his own, man. Everything is just scout. There might as well be Scout's knives out here. Scout after scout, finally an M4 picks up a kill. Def catches a shot to the chest. He returns one as well. Naf is duck and cover. Def as well is mollied out of position with a flank coming his direction. Everybody's crawling all over him.
Yep.
4 scouts, nets 1 frag.
So, match point for Liquid here, getting to that match point very quickly after that dominant first half performance out of them. compLexity, they'll be force buying up again, hopefully to stay afloat within this matchup. And Liquid, looking at their buy, well, they're sitting pretty. They don't really have to do much. They've got plenty of utility, plenty of equipment in their back pockets. compLexity, on their other hand, only 1 Molotov across the field. They've got plenty of smokes, though, so a mid-B split, maybe the Lurk smoke towards B, maybe Stanislaus taking down Naf towards middle is what they exactly need.
It's a great shot. Maybe that's enough for them to push towards this B side, or at least lean to B, and keep the pressure up on Liquid, because they know crossing this mid-range is difficult and dangerous. They've now gone for essentially a mid to B split. Very strong position if they could manage this. Grenade up and over, I believe, a bit too far. Now Nitro takes the fight to them, overshooting the target. He did get 1 headshot, but it's not enough. Now Stewie in sight, knocking Sick down to 3 HP and already defending everything that was coming from the mid to B side. This should be more than enough, but Shazam's going to try and make an effort out of this one. 1v3 to 1v2. There's the leg shot. It's not going to be enough. We have a really, really dominant first half and then only a breath of the second half. Liquid take it 16-2.
Yeah, that was great from Stewie within that B bomb site. You see him initially make that contact towards the tunnels.